All right, Brianna, thank you so much. The Colorado State regular legislative session ended earlier this week with plenty of bills passing under the wire.
Oh yeah, there's something like 200 on that last day that they were working through. Here to talk a little bit more about the latest legislative session are our political analysts, Alton, Dillard, and Kelly Maher. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us today a little earlier than normal. We really appreciate it. So we do want to start this morning with property tax cuts. You've told us the devil is in the details with this one. Can you explain a little bit more about this bill?
Yeah, one of the things about the property tax thing is it's actually not a cut. It is a reduction of the rate of growth. And in a 120-day legislative session, once again, property tax measures got introduced like in the last 4 days of it. And so when we get into the next segment in the next hour, we needed to talk about how our legislature's set up and how some of the things work there. So people will see some benefit, but it's not the relief that people were promised, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think one of the overarching themes of this entire legislative session, and certainly property taxes fits into that, is that this is the second highest watermark year for ballot initiatives. And so I think that really what we're seeing is that people are saying the legislature isn't really doing what we want them to do, so we're going to go directly to the people. So I think it's really fascinating that we're seeing some ballot initiatives on the property tax issue. I think that the question is, with what happened in the legislature, did it go far enough, or are people going to go ahead and vote for additional relief at the ballot box because they've put it on?
I want to talk about the other thing that a lot of people were paying attention to, that was gun ownership and the assault weapons ban that failed. Why do you think it failed? Like, what do you think was the biggest sticking point there?
I mean, ultimately, we're talking about like really complex definitional issues. And then also, you know, Colorado is such like an interesting state. Like, yes, we have Democrats are in control, but there's also just this libertarian streak, and people want to kind of like mostly be left alone. And there were all kinds of issues with that bill, particularly with the definitions.
I'd agree definitely on the definitions. And the other part of that we have to remember is even the father of an Aurora Theater shooting victim said that bans are not the answer. So I believe that we need to spend more time worrying about cracking down on gun crime and paying attention to people who may be dangerous and commit crimes with guns. So the fact that that went down is another example of what I call the tail end of Womp Womp Week, because what happens is we go into the session with all these grandiose ideas and then reality catches up.
Yeah. Okay, so we're just like the surface
Scratching
it in this
So
segment. You guys are going to be coming back with us, KTVD at 7 a.m. We're going to dive more in depth into what happened, the bills that passed, the bills that didn't, what caught you by surprise. So we're going to have all those details over on KTVD. Thank you so much for coming in so early. We appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.